Monday night here at Buffalo Wild Wings, here until 8 p.m. to talk SFA athletics. A little bit later on tonight, we got volleyball coming up, as Debbie Humphrey's already in the building. She's got the Western Athletic Conference Volleyball Tournament Championship trophy with her, and along with that trophy, an NCAA tournament bid. They will find out next Sunday night here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Will be the selection show Sunday night as we get word from the engineer back there. We keep turning. There we go.
People actually want to hear it.
They want to hear it. I know it's shocking. It is shocking, but they will hear me tonight now, whether they like it or not. I'm turning this knob up, and they will listen to us here. But we got volleyball coming up a little bit later on. Between right now and volleyball, we got Mark Kellogg coming your way as well, as we'll talk women's basketball coming up. So both basketball teams will be on the road this week. Volleyball selection show Sunday night at 6:30 right here at Buffalo Wild Wings. But right now, talking to Lumberjack head football coach Colby Cartha, his team ended up being the Western Athletic Conference champs this past Saturday with a win over Abilene Christian to cap out a 6-5 year. And we talked a little bit about Trey Self and Xavier Gibson in that first segment, and the phenomenal days that they had, phenomenal careers they had here as Lumberjacks. As Trey, I think he was 22 of 27, 397 yards Saturday. Xavier Gibson, 212 yards receiving, and just, as I said, I mean, you never knew what was going to happen when he touched it, and there was a couple of plays where I just shake my head as he makes people miss. He was one of those guys that you put him and three others in a phone booth, and it's hard for those three guys to touch him.
Yeah, he's quick as a
nice
hiccup,
cameraman.
and he made some great plays every Saturday, and was fun to watch. You know, the one down the sideline, they rolled him out on the 10 just because I think they just felt like it.
I think they thought there's no way this guy can stay in.
Yes, he tie-roped it all.
And I thought he did.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, you know, some big catches there, and you know, one get us down there in the goal line there towards the end, and some good plays made throughout the game. I thought one of the bigger plays was they're on 3rd and about 12 on that last drive.
Yeah.
We were fixing to be facing a 4th down. Drake scrambles, getting tackled, and before he gets to the ground, he flips it to Miles Reed and makes some great catches. He's getting clobbered and set us up at 4th and 3. And who do you go to? Xavier Gibson. You know, they were double covering him, and we still got him open, and he got open, and we didn't do it. Good play call by Matt Storm. That 3rd down play set up a shorter 4th down, which kept it going. So just a lot of great performances there throughout. Thought our O-line played really well. Kept the quarterback upright.
Yep.
Giving up 9 sacks the week before, and they went out there on a mission and played really well.
And then the other side of the ball, I think the thing we have to talk about here too, in the first half, I think they'd run the ball 12 times for 0 yards. You made them one-dimensional. They could not run the football in that ball game Saturday, and that really helped you win that ball game.
It did, and helped us control the clock. And you know, they ran well on us the time before, and what they really killed us on was 3rd down.
Yep.
They were 12 of 15 when we played them the time before. They were 1 of 12.
Yep, and 0 for 9 in the first half.
0 for 9 in the first half, and so we just absolutely destroyed them on 3rd down and got off the field. And you know, when you do that, you get the ball back for your offense. And you got the ball more than they do, you got a better chance of scoring. So defense really made some good improvements and played hard. And you know, we left a lot of turnovers on the field, but that happens sometimes. But they were running the ball and hitting, and in special teams, I know we left 7 points on the board with our field goal unit. Our punt unit, Max Quick, other than running the wrong way on the fake field goal, had a great game. And so really pleased.
Where was he supposed to go?
He was supposed to run.
It looked like he went right in the A gap.
He ran right where we blocked him to.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And you know, he's on our leadership council, and they were texting in a group text with me on Sunday morning, like, woke up a champion, and Max came back and he's like, what a perfect ending to our season, you know, and congrats, man. And I replied, I said, no, a perfect ending would have been you running the right gap on the fake field goal, picking up the 1st down. I was beating the hell out of him, you know. And I mean, the leadership council, they gave him all kinds of fits for that one, because it's not very often as a punter you get to do something like that. He blew it.
Yep. But he
punted great.
He did punt great.
Best day punting and pinning them down there on the 2-yard line there. End of the game was just fitting and really played well.
Yep, he did. Jacks again, Western Athletic Conference champs with the win over Abilene Christian this past week. Now, Coach Carthel and his staff will assess the situation, see what they need to go find out, just hit the trail the next several months and try to sign the next group of Lumberjacks. And it's got to be an exciting time.
It is. We had a staff meeting today. We'll be on the, next week's a dead period, so we've got about 12, 13 days here with our team. We'll get to work them out next week. Everybody's home right now, but we'll do some exit meetings. We'll watch this film, put it to bed, and guys are crushing recruiting right now up at the office, and so I'll run back up there and we're making calls and FaceTimes, and there's people excited, and a win like this, we'd like to be in the playoffs. We didn't handle business against Utah Tech. They're at homecoming. That cost us a playoff trip, and that's okay. It is what it is. We've got to make those adjustments and get that win next year. But the positive is we're hitting recruiting, running, be a little bit more organized. We won our last game of the year. Everybody feels good about themselves. That's what everybody loves. You don't ever see coaches getting out of FBS coaching because you play bowl games. You go 6-6, and to me that's very average.
Just another year.
Yes, but you qualify for a bowl. We're going bowling, and then you end up, making a bowl game, and everybody thinks you're wonderful. I'm happy to be 6-5. Trust me, but that's not my goal when I start a season to win 6 games. And so, anyway, we're gonna enjoy this victory, enjoy the momentum it propels us out into the recruiting world, and go sign the next great class of Lumberjacks. I promise you, on Saturday, we're gonna sign a bunch of good ones.
There you go. Every year.
And if I'm still sitting here 5 years from now doing a radio show, guess what? We got some good ones.
You did. You've got some great ones. If you're sitting here 5 years from now, or you're going to need to hire a new agent.
Yes. Correct.
only
Welcome
Ryan
to college football.
Yes, exactly. But so we're
only Ryan gets a chance.
So we're sitting here as WAC conference champions heading into the offseason. You mentioned the voice a moment ago. You mentioned the bonfire Saturday night. How does a college coach, in spite of being 6-5,
right,
you're happy at the end of the year that you won your last one. You're getting to put rings on the fingers of some well-deserving seniors as they leave. How do you go celebrate?
Well, I'm a pretty simple guy.
Uh-huh.
I left Abilene. I drove myself. I knew that was a mistake because it's me and Coach Cawthon, and so I drove myself over to a ranch over there, Commerce, Sulphur Springs area, and stopped at Allsup's. Bought myself a chimichanga and a sweet tea.
Chimichanga.
So that's pretty much.
So that's the typical, and that's what you always hear when you talk.
Coach Cawthon bought something else. There's 12 of them in there.
Well, as we did, perhaps on our way home.
But I drank a sweet tea and ate a Allsup's chimichanga and burrito and drove all the way. Probably wasn't real safe because I had about 250 text messages, and I was wanting to tweet about winning, and I'm having to drive. And I'm like, I probably, as head coach, I probably screwed this one up. Probably should have found a GA to help drive so I could have texted and called and enjoyed it a little bit. But we got to the ranch and got some bonfire going and smoked a few cigars or chewed on them. I don't smoke. Got up the next morning, sat in the deer blind, and it sounded like World War III.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
These coaches were blasting away. I hope there's no game warden listening, but you can still see stars, and I hear rifle shot through the blind. I'm like, what the heck? Did you see a hog? He's like, no, I got a doe. Well, I was like, stay in your blind. And then, boom, 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 4 more shots. Chris got a doe, shot his guts out. Never found that one. Then something, I get a cryptic text, but some coyote. I said, see a cow shoot, boom, 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 7 more shots. I see the coyote running across the pasture. I think we got it. No, you didn't. Then I text, when we're finally getting out of the blind, hey, got some bad news. Good news, bad news. Found that doe, but it's a 1 point. I was like, it was still dark. You're shooting a spike bug. You don't know it's spike bug. It was comedy of errors when you take them. But man, we had fun. There's deer sausage now, deer jerky. So, and he had his license. We were legal.
There, and that's how you celebrate.
That's how we celebrate. You bet.
There you go.
Out at the ranch, deer hunting, bonfire.
On our way home, we stopped in there because we were thirsty and had obviously, we tried to get bottled water. They were out. At R&K, they had supplied their stuff. We got some of that.
Yeah, support everybody.
There was a sheriff's deputy in there. When we all walked in wearing our SFA gear, he looked at the logo and said, "School for Alcoholics. What are you doing up here?"
Yes.
I said, "Graduate work."
But see, that's I've worked at both institutions.
Yeah.
I used to drink back when I was at ACU, and that was a problem if you walked in buying beer wearing your school clothes. That could create awkward moments on Monday. So
correct.
I Maybe or maybe did not. Sometimes I have a history of taking my shirt off.
I saw it Saturday.
We-
Wasn't going to mention that, but we can now.
Well, the kids weren't going to let it go.
Every time you
I
hit
had made a
Natalie
promise
Christie,
if we win. Yeah, well, it's for conference title. But back in the day, the old Colby Carthel, we'd play a game at Shawville Stadium. I'd drive to Eskimo Hut, and I'd have to take my shirt off to order a drink to celebrate after the win, because I couldn't order at Eskimo Hut in my ACU shirts. We're not live, are we?
No
one's listening.
No one's listening.
Great.
They can't hear us out here. It's just you and I chatting for the next 2 minutes, and then we're out of here. But yeah, so I did see that. We got a minute left. I did see that. You had them all up. You talked to them for a minute. And I saw the shirt come off. You waved it around your head, and 100 guys go crazy.
Yeah, they had tried for the past 3 years to do that. And I said, not to win a championship. Well, they remembered me saying that, so they were crushing me. And so I took it off, swung it real fast, put it right back on, So we weren't on national TV. It was much easier, and, it was good. It never even made social media, so I'm fantastically happy with it.
But the day's not over.
The day's not over.
The day's
Never
not
say never. That's right.
There you go. Well, congratulations on a WAC championship.
Thank you, Rob.
And perhaps build on it.
We sure will.
See what happens next.
We'll do it. I appreciate it.
All right, that'll
Been a
wrap
fun
it up
year.
here for Colby Carthel. We'll take a quick timeout. We will visit with Lady Jack head basketball coach Mark Kellogg, who's up next. As his team will be in Puerto Rico this weekend for a tournament in Puerto Rico over the Thanksgiving break. But that's coming up next here on the Lumberjack Sports Network from Learfield.